Welcome back, my dear students. So this is Edwin from the future. I came back to edit this lecture that you're watching right now, just because I wanted to make it better. Okay. So far we have created some dynamic data here with categories, right? Every time we are about to create a category, we are displaying some dynamic data, which dynamic category, right? Every time we are about to create a post, we have some dynamic categories appearing there. And we are achieving this by usually going to the create route, get create. We are looping through that collection and we are rendering the create view once we find that collection, and we are rendering the collection with this object here to our view that we are catching here with a each handlebar loop. We got the option here with the dynamic ID and dynamic name of that specific category, right? So we're not doing that in the edit, and if you are, good for you. But I want to go ahead and do that here. Okay, now that's not going to work yet because we have to also do it in the route. We have to do the same thing we're doing here. Okay, so we're gonna copy this and we're gonna take it to the edit route, which is right here. Okay, I'm gonna paste that in there and I'm just gonna change this for edit, and I'm gonna take the post, as you can see there. Okay, so that should do it. Now that should work. Let's come back here, refresh, and then we do edit. We can see that dynamic data here as well. Now, another thing is that we don't have the capability to create a post with a category yet. If you notice here, we don't have a category field. It's a good reason why. If we go back to our post routes here and we check for the route that creates the post, which is this post create, um, if we look where we have this new object, we don't have that field here anywhere. So let's add it, category, and then we're gonna get this request from the form, right? Simple as that. So this is the ID, and let me remind you what that is. If we go to the create handlebars, this is the ID that gets saved into this here variable that's called category. That's where we're getting that from. Okay, that's exactly what we got in this here. And of course, that's going straight into the post model, right? That's how we are formatting our data. Now, let's create a category and see how that works. Come back here and I'm gonna say PHP1 and PHP1. Create. Great. This is the title. Let's come back here and refresh. And you can see that it says PHP1. Now we have a new category field here with an object ID. Now I'm using Compass from MongoDB for those of you that don't know what I'm using. Okay, so I downloaded it. I downloaded the community version. I did this lectures ago, but I just wanted to make sure that all of you are following me. You can also check this in the shell. So anyway, now that we have this here, we also need to add it into the edit. So let's go down to our put requests where we are updating our post, and let's make sure that we have that here. So post that category, and of course we're getting that from the form again, same thing, because we just copy and pasted the um, code from the create handlebars to the edit handlebars, and this would be category like that. Okay, now another thing that I want to do here is that I want to show the categories in the main post page. So let's go to that index, that's post index right here, and right after status I want to add that heading saying category. Okay, right here. Now, what you think is gonna happen if I say category? What do you think we're gonna see here? Let's refresh. Look what we got. We got the ID of that category. Now we need to do a little extra step to make sure that we are displaying the category name here. So let's go back to our post route, and we got to go to where we are rendering that view, which is right here on the root of the post. So we are finding all the posts, we are passing the posts, but we need to populate the post with the category. So we're gonna have this function called populate. We already have it by Mongoose. And all we have to do is say we want to populate the category. Simple as that. So now we come here, and if we refresh, look what we get now. We get an object that we can easily go and say now category.name here. Come back here, refresh, and voila, done. Now there is another step that we need to make, because every time, let's say if I come edit here and I click update, it says no, that's fine, but when we click edit again, that's not selected. So that's an easy fix, even though you might think it's hard. Let's go to the edit handlebar where that is. And I'm gonna just use the same thing that we were using right here to do the post status, right? We're doing a regular expression there in the handlebars helper function right here. And that regular expression is replacing all the data here for some dynamic. So I'll explain it to you in a bit, just in case you don't understand it. But I think I did a lot of explaining on that lecture that we created that. So I'm gonna do post that category because that's the ID. And I'm gonna come here. And now if I go back to that post and I refresh, okay, let's go back here. It's making me look really bad. Edit. Let's come back here and let's see what happened there. Select each category. Post status. That should be working. This is the edit. Let's come back here real quick. Let's refresh here. All right. Let's update this post. Edit. Let's update it again to node. Edit. And it's not working. Select post category. Oh, okay. We got to do this on top. And this is what it's going on here. And there we go. Now we do. Now we're good. Refresh, and now you see the node. You see that? So let's come back here. Let's create another category, guys, and let's just call this JS for JavaScript. Let's go back to the post. Let's go and edit this guy out. Edit. It says JavaScript. If we click here, you can see now that the JavaScript is selected. Okay? Pretty cool stuff, guys. Pretty cool. Okay? So now if we come here, we can see the rest of them. Okay? So now if we have to do something else, we will do it, but I think we're done with these functionalities, and I hope you guys appreciated how easy this lecture was. Okay? So anyway, I want to thank you for watching my courses, my lectures. You guys are awesome as always, and I'll see you on the next lecture.